Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Who Are You podcast. I'm your host, Connor Overbay. This is your first time checking out the podcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Always happy to have a new listener, a new watcher. You know, anybody who's checking out our content, we're always happy to have a new person in the group. Also, if you guys want to give us a follow on the social media, it's going to be at Who Are You Pod from everything from Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all the normal spots. You guys will be able to find some social clips and behind-the-scenes stuff, and obviously our interviews. Also, if you guys know someone who has a story needs to be told, a business owner, an entrepreneur, an artist, and you feel like they'd be a good fit for the show, make sure you guys shoot us an email. It can be whoareyoupod@yahoo.com, and make sure you guys just let us know what your business is or what you're really into. Give us a little bit of a brief description, and maybe we'll have you guys on a future episode. But today, you guys know who I'm sitting down with. I'm sitting down with the wifey. We're here for a nice little special Christmas episode.
Yes, hello. 'Tis the season.
Yeah, I know. I should have preloaded a Santa Claus thing on the board. But as you guys can see, we set up the set, have a little bit of decoration. You know, got the little Christmas balls. I don't know if you can see it in frame. We put the garland a little high, so
yeah,
maybe
but we tried to get in the Christmas spirit a little bit.
We're getting there. You know what I mean? It's what. We're about, a week and a half out from Christmas, right?
Oh, yeah, just about.
I'll say this episode.
Week and a half, because Christmas falls on a Wednesday this year.
Yeah, because this episode will be coming out on Monday, and next week will be the last week before.
Like a week and a half.
It's crazy to think, we're going into Christmas time. We're going to be going into New Year's soon, too. We're going to be going to 2025, which is kind of wild.
I can't believe it. 2024 flew by.
It really did. We were so busy. We had so much stuff going on.
We did.
It was, 2023 when we got married. Right? Because it was October.
2023, because this was the past year was 2024, so we hit our 1 year anniversary in October. But we stay busy.
Yeah, I'd say the rest of this year has been crazy. We've been, whether it's through podcasting or doing some traveling. It's been a good year though. I don't think it's been too bad.
I don't think so either. I mean, it's just gone in the blink of an eye.
It has.
But I mean, a lot of it was therapy and recovery for me, but
mostly on the physical therapy side. You had to get yourself fixed up a little bit, make sure you're all taken care of and all that.
That is true.
Man, obviously had a couple jobs this year, changed it up a little bit. I've been working in the HVAC side of things for a little while now, and learning a bunch of good stuff. It's been about 3 or 4 weeks, so been learning some good stuff.
Has it really been that long already?
Yeah, this was 3 weeks.
That's crazy. It feels like you just started 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I started around the week of Thanksgiving.
That's true.
So
about 2.5.
Yeah, about 2.5, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
Getting my feet wet, learning some things, getting up in attics and getting fiberglass all on my skin. It's been
bruises all over your body.
Oh yeah, Shannon's been me and her will shower and all that stuff, and she'll look at me. She's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?" She's like, "You look like a cheetah."
It's like, you have a bruise there. It
happens,
It's like, well, I have to lean against stuff, but
they don't make attic spaces for people who are tall. Unfortunately, it's pretty tough up there.
I'm sure your skin will get thicker as you get farther into the.
Yeah, it's just at the end of the day, it just gets in your skin. It's not too bad. They always said that you get a little itchy and everything, but it's nothing too terrible. And luckily it's wintertime here in Florida, even though wintertime doesn't really mean super cold, but it has been pretty cold in the mornings. I will say that. I
think the lowest that I've seen was 36.
Yeah, it was 36, 37. And, me with the new job I'm doing now, I'm up at 5:45 in the morning and leaving the house around 6:30. So it's pretty cold in the morning sometimes.
Yeah, I am not a fan of the cold. That's the whole point. I moved from Ohio to Florida, but at least it's not as cold as Ohio. Because I was talking to my mom earlier, and she said that earlier this week, I think they had 15-degree weather, and with the wind chill, it was 0.
Yeah, they can keep that.
No.
I'm all good on that. That cold, the snow, all that kind of stuff. I am totally chill on that.
Yeah, we didn't quite hit freezing levels, so I'm okay with that. But I still wear 2 jackets to work in the morning.
You're cold even if it's summertime. You'll be inside. My toes are cold.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. I'm always cold. Yeah. You keep it cold in our house anyway because you run hot.
I'm hot no matter what. And
exactly. I just have to put layers on and wear slippers and robes and blankets, and
it's tough out there. But you know what? You can always put more clothes on. You can't take more clothes off. I guess that's the saying, right? You can
always put more layers on. You can
only take off so many layers. Yeah. You know what I mean? Sooner or later, you're down to bare skin. You're like, well, I don't know what else to do.
Well, I don't think I would keep the house that hot where you would suffer that much.
I don't know. I feel like you'd put it up to, like, we keep it like 73 in our house. Let us know in the comments.
On AC.
On AC. What do you guys keep your house at? Do you guys keep it like, in the 70s?
Like 75.
That's too hot. That's way too hot.
That is not.
Yes, that's too hot.
It's 2 degrees more than it currently is, and I think it would be perfect.
73, I'm still somewhat warm. I keep it at that level just to keep you, you happy.
Me happy.
I would put it down to 70 if I had my choice.
Oh no, that's an ice box.
But let me know.
We've been struggling at work to get the levels right as well.
Let me know in the comments what you guys do, because I've heard people who have gone down to like 65 in their house, 68, 69 around that area.
Yeah,
there's some people who keep it chilly in their house.
Yeah. I can't tell you. I feel like we had it at like 69 degrees sometimes when we had roommates and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But since we've been alone, we need to bump that up a little bit.
Nah, I disagree. That's a hard deny. That's a no go for me. Or what's that? No for me, Ghost Rider, whatever it is.
Something like that. I'm trying to think exactly how it goes.
What is that saying? What is it? That's a no for me, Ghost Rider. Is that right? No? I'm trying to think.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's really gonna bother me.
What is it?
What is it? That's a no for me, Ghost Rider? Something like that. I don't know. Either way, denied. I veto that and will say no, because I cannot deal with the hotness in the house, especially during the summertime when it's 110 degrees outside. We can't have it 75. 75 degrees is like the weather that's in like California on like a year-round basis. 75.
That sounds nice.
No, not on the inside of your house.
Yes.
But it's not cool. That's not cool. That's hot.
We would have it on AC though.
It would still be 75 degrees.
But it would be with a hint of coolness.
No, it won't. The 73 is not even crisp. 70 is a nice crisp.
Negative Ghost Rider.
Negative Ghost Rider. That's what it is. I was like, I know that. I know there was a saying there.
Yes, that's what it was.
Speaking of your mom, you know how your mom's always talked about us about like, hey, you should like move up to Ohio, and your friends are always like pushing for us. Like, it doesn't even snow that bad here. We went up to Haley's wedding and everything, and that was literally something that your friends and everybody up there was saying, like, you guys should move up here. It doesn't snow that bad. We haven't had bad winters in years, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
And then one night, me and you were watching the Cleveland Browns. I forgot who they were playing. I think it was San Francisco, wasn't it?
I think so.
We were watching that.
McCaffrey got hurt.
I think that's the game that he got hurt. Something like that. Anyways, we're watching the Cleveland game. This is like 2 weeks ago. And we're sitting there watching the game. As the game started, there was no snow, nothing. They said it was cold out there, which, obviously it's December time. And as we watched the game, you just start seeing snow flurries come in. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, it starts slow. And,
like little flakes, nothing too crazy. Because I said something, I was like, oh, there's no snow on the ground. I'm surprised by that.
Right.
Your mom was saying about something about it was snowing that day.
Yeah.
And as you watch the game, you're like, oh shit, there's starting to, like, snow is starting to form on the ground of the stadium.
It starts to get thicker.
Yeah, and then by the
camera.
And then by the end of the game, it was full blown like snowstorm. Like, people were like sliding. You can make snow angels on the ground, all this kind of stuff. I was like, nah, that's a hard no for me.
Well, fans, so the snow was sideways. Fans had snow buildup all on the side of their hats and
there was
just
people,
the sides of them.
You remember in one of the end zones, there's those like young dudes who are like started the game off shirtless, and then you saw them start putting clothes on as it started snowing more.
And there was people going through just with shovels to make sure people knew where the lines were.
Yeah, there was that game
on the field.
And then remember there was that the Buffalo Bills game where they were paying people.
Next one.
They were paying people to go out there and shovel.
Really?
Yeah, remember it was like a hot meal and like as much as you could drink or whatever you want. They were like shoveling snow out of the stadium. I was like, nah, man.
Out of the seats and everything.
I love the Jaguars, but if it was snowing, I'm not going to go see the Jaguars. That's a hard no for me.
I will watch it from the comfort of my house at that point.
I'll keep it. I'll be nice and chilling in my room, 73 degrees in our house,
And then just imagine, obviously you have hope your team wins, but imagine you sit through that and your team loses.
It's tough. It's a tough look. And I think Cleveland lost that game too.
I think so.
That's a tough look, fam.
Yeah. And speaking of football, fantasy's not going well.
Shut up. I don't want to hear that shit. You're saying it's not going well. It's not going well for fucking me. I'm in the shit bowl. I'm not even in the fucking playoffs this year.
And that's literally what it's called in our league, the shit bowl.
Yeah, I'm literally in the shit bowl this year. You're sitting here saying, oh, I'm in the playoffs. And my ass isn't even in it. It's fucking bullshit.
This is the first round of the playoffs. I have one of the players on the Rams, and I got 0 points. And this player is also known to be a really good player.
Are you just not going to say his name? It's Cooper Kupp.
Well, I didn't want to put him on blast.
What's he? He hasn't watched this shit. He doesn't watch us. Maybe he does. Hey, if you do, let me know.
Yeah, maybe you should, practice a little more.
I think he did. They didn't throw him the ball.
They threw him the ball 3 times.
So
and he
a star wide receiver
catch any of them.
That's what I'm saying. A star wide receiver only
That's
got 3.
why they didn't throw him anymore.
They got 3 balls thrown to him. That's pretty tough. You know what I mean?
He went 0 for 3.
Did he drop all of them, or were they bad throws?
I mean,
do you know?
Watching it, we were watching the game. Watching it, a lot of them were bad throws, in my opinion. But they assumed it was his fault and stopped throwing him the ball. So I'm very disappointed.
Is that what you
so
know,
maybe
or is that
the
an
coach's
assumption?
fault? I'm sorry, Cooper Kupp. Maybe it's not your fault. It's the coach's fault.
I think you're making assumptions.
It's calling wrong plays.
I don't think they call who the player is that they're going to throw the ball to. Most depends on the play, obviously. If it's
then it's the quarterback's fault. Who's the quarterback?
Stafford.
Oh, I have Stafford.
I was about to say you have Stafford on your team, fam.
Yeah, he's on my bench though, and he only got 8 points.
Well, they didn't really score that much last night. That was a tough game last night. They didn't really I think it was 9-6 or 9-12 or something.
12-6.
Yeah, that's an awful football game.
It was terrible because I think the only goals they got were field goals.
Yeah, because I went to bed around halftime because I was tired, and I woke up and saw the score. I was like, ugh. I was like, I'm glad I didn't wake up or watch that whole thing. That would have been annoying.
Yeah, and I'm very disappointed as well.
Who you play?
I'm playing Miss Jennifer also, so I'm 1 win behind her. We're not on the same level, and it's not fair.
Fantasy football has gotten real aggressive this year. I thought I started off really hot, and beat all the teams that were the big teams. I beat Bill, Togboy, I beat Todd. Who else I beat? Seth beat me twice.
Did you beat me? No, I think
I think you beat me. I think I lost to Miss Jennifer.
You beat Cam?
I did beat Cam. I beat Cam one time. Nolan beat me both times, which sucks. It was just some bullshit. I beat Kristen. I think I beat my mom. But besides that, we
also play them multiple times.
Well, as I'm saying, the first times I did, the second half of the year, I was on a 7-game losing streak, and I just got my ass beat for the rest of the year. It was very sad.
Yeah, and Nolan was the complete opposite. He's in second position now. He was on a 7-win streak. It's so disappointing.
That boy Nolan was on the streak, man. Shout out Nolan. It's
but
tough.
It's also been a really terrible season with injuries. I have last year, I did not see any of this. Maybe it was just first year's. I was seeing all the good parts. I don't know.
You had luck the first years. All that
definitely did because McCaffrey stayed healthy the whole time.
Yeah. So we're in the hunt right now as we're giving our fantasy football a date. We're in the hunt to bring the fantasy football trophy back to Jacksonville. It's up in New Hampshire right now with Bill and Kristen, and we can't allow that to happen. We need to bring that back to Jacksonville. Almost everybody in the league lives here.
Yes.
So
except them.
We literally, and I think only Bill made it to the playoffs. So
yeah, he did.
He's the one guy that we need.
He's the one in first position right now.
I mean, he has a really good team, but there's always a chance.
What it came down to last time? Him and Todd both have the first bye week in the playoffs this season, and that's exactly how it was last season.
It was.
It's obviously we have more players this season, so me going against Miss Jennifer could change me coming in third because with Cooper Kupp getting 0 points already.
Yeah, but there's still a chance though.
There's a chance.
If you keep going, if you beat Miss Jennifer, that would be big.
And then I have to beat Bill because Bill would be my next.
Would that be your next one?
That would be my next play.
But the thing is, you don't know
all the terrible people.
Every week there's injuries and people get hurt. Not praying for anybody's injuries or anything like that, but you know what I mean.
You're right.
Stuff can happen very quickly and change the game a little bit for you, so you never know.
You're right. It's been a rough season for me, guys.
Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear that shit.
Tell us how your fantasy leagues are going if you're in a fantasy league and who your top players are.
Hopefully it was better than fucking mine. I hope you guys had a better season than I did because I got my ass beaten and it was just full of heartbreak this season.
I hope all your players get more than 0 points.
I look forward to fantasy football every year. I get so excited for football season, and then my Jaguars suck and fantasy sucks. And it's damn, man, I can't win.
And by now everyone knows how competitive I am.
Yes,
it's bad for me.
It's
really bad.
People have seen it over the couple years. They know you're a very competitive little lady.
Yeah, but they only see a part of it. They don't see the full extent. The family gets.
I see it.
Gets a lot.
Shannon gets very aggressive. She beats me at home.
No, I do not.
She gets whenever.
But if we're playing games, I'm coming.
Whenever
there's no going easy.
You're coming.
There's no going easy. That's all I have to say.
I'm just sitting here listening to you as you throw your the mic drop.
Mic drop. That's it.
Do you want to move over into the would you rathers or the top 3 for our first segment of the day?
Well, since we haven't gotten too much into Christmas yet, let's do the would you rathers because my would you rather has nothing to do with Christmas.
Okay. You want me to go first, or would you like to go first?
Yours are always really weird, so I'll let you go first.
Okay. This one I actually sat here and thought about for a minute. I was like, either one would be kind of tough.
I thought about mine for a minute too.
Yeah.
Half of it I had written like last week.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because sometimes I just prepare for our segments.
Yeah, sometimes I think of good ones and I'll put one in my phone.
Yeah.
So my would you rather this week is, would you rather not be able to taste or not be able to see colors?
Not be able to taste?
So like taste food, all that kind of stuff.
Or not be able to see colors. Trying to imagine everything in black and white.
Yeah.
Or just like a grayscale. And I'm also imagining not being able to taste anything. Like I'm drinking cherry Coke, and would I still be able to feel like the carbonation?
I'm sure. It's a sensation. It's not a taste.
I don't know if I'd like that.
It would just be like bubbly. It would be like drinking a LaCroix.
Because colors are a big thing, too.
Yeah. I think like you go outside and, like you look at the sunrise or sunset, all
or
that
like
stuff.
A painting, all the colors. Oh, my goodness. That's difficult. I would rather not be able to taste.
Okay. Why?
I think I'd be a lot healthier. Because I hate vegetables and all those nasty things. So
I guess that's not a bad thought process. Yeah.
I would be healthier because I'd be eating better. And it'd be sad not being able to. Tasting and then I lose my taste? Is that how it goes?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like you'd probably just still grab snacks. Doesn't matter what it is. You know what I mean? You can't taste it anyways.
Whatever it is.
It's like forever.
You're right.
It's like forever COVID kind of thing.
Yeah, but I think that's what I would do just because colors are big.
Yeah.
There's so many colors and it's a whole experience.
No, and like I see your thought process on that. I can see that. I just like, like one of our common, like as a human being, one of our joys is food.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? I feel like it would definitely suck to not be able to see colors, obviously, because you wouldn't be able to see like, the beauty of like some part of the beauty of the world, like going outside, seeing the grass, the trees.
It'd be so hard for me to do a puzzle.
Yes, every piece you just have to look for lines. Basically, if it didn't have lines on it, you're screwed. It's just all look gray. I don't know. I feel like for me, like I would probably do the color blindness to be 100% honest with you. Yeah, because like obviously I would like to see everything in color, but at the end of the day, like I don't think. One, obviously, I'm not colorblind, so I can't really like know their experience.
That's true.
But when it comes to like tasting food, I feel like that's something we eat every single day. We see every day, obviously, or most people do. And I just feel like one of the pleasures of life is eating, like eating a good meal. Like
you wouldn't be able to see if things were moldy.
I don't know if that's true.
I guess it'd still be like fuzzy.
Yeah, it'd be like fuzzy, or it'd be like it would just look gray.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It'd be a different shade.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you're colorblind, you probably see everything just gray, right? And obviously, there's different like with if you have a specific color blindness, you can see like can't see blue and red, or you can't see greens or whatever it is. And I just feel like just like eating food, I'm always so excited. Like whenever we go to a nice restaurant or go get some really good food, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, let's go.
That is true, but you also know me and my food. Like, obviously, I'm very picky, and I eat like a child.
No, I didn't know that.
So, well, for the people who don't know, so it's not. I didn't grow up in the kitchen like you did, where you were cooking and
but I was
learning those things. And
but I was also
experiencing.
picky when I was younger, though. Like, I didn't like vegetables. I still am really not a big vegetable fan, but, like, I was pretty picky when I was growing up. That's just as I got older, I tried other things and liked other things.
That is true.
I still don't eat, like, crazy stuff. Like, I don't, like I said, it's very rare you'll see me be like, oh, let me get asparagus as a side. That sounds fucking delicious with my steak. And I'm like, nah, man.
I've tried asparagus. Not my favorite.
Give me that baked potato. Let me with all that fat and all that cheese and sour cream, butter, all that shit. Like, give me it.
Definitely.
Clog my arteries.
I was looking at our tree, the lights going.
That would be
everything.
true. That would suck. I wouldn't be able to see a Christmas tree. That would kind of suck because I love Christmas trees.
That is true.
I like the decorations and, like we got the balls and stuff like that. Everything would just look gray. I wouldn't even know what our logo colors are. I'm like, oh, like interesting.
You never know what could happen.
Okay. See, I thought that was a good, like, you had to think about it for a second.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's terrible.
It'd be rough. Either one would be really rough, so I can understand that.
Mine is a lot less thought-provoking.
Okay.
As usual. So my would you rather is, would you rather regrow your limbs like Deadpool?
Like a lizard? Like you lose your tail and you can regrow it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Or be able to shapeshift like Mystique.
Oh, from like...
She's that blue one.
I know, yeah. That's the one that Jennifer Lawrence played.
Of course you know that.
I mean, that's kind of cool. Either one's kind of cool. Because Deadpool doesn't die. That's basically his whole thing. Like, you could shoot him 1,000 times and he won't... Or, like, as you said, cut his limbs off and he'd grow them back. But, I mean, the whole, like, impersonating someone would be interesting, too. That'd be weird. Because she can literally be a man, a woman, anybody, a child. I mean, that's the thing that's kind of crazy about it.
Is it limited to just people? Or could she be like objects too?
I think she could be animals, as if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
I think she could be an animal.
Animals.
She can't. I don't think it's like
not objects.
What's the inanimate?
Inanimate objects.
Yeah, Jesus, I'm having a hard time speaking today. I would probably go her side of things. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Do the shape shifting?
Yeah, like think about it. You could like turn into a bird and fly. That'd be kind of cool. Or you could be a fish.
That is true.
You swim underwater and breathe underwater. I'm also like I'm also one of the people where I don't want to live forever personally.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like my thing. Like I'm not saying that I want to go anywhere early, but I also don't want to live for like 10,000 years kind of thing.
Plus, you still feel the pain, right?
Oh yeah, like he like in the movies you see him like he's had his arms ripped off in movies before,
exactly.
and he's like oh fuck, and he's like why, and then he's
exactly.
fine.
And then he grows just like a child.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I'm
walking into the
he
house.
He had like baby legs and everything. Everyone was like, "What the fuck?"
Yep, I remember that.
I had one follow up. Would you rather? I thought this one was good.
Okay.
Ooh, dun, dun, dun. My other would you rather is: would you rather know how the world began or how it will end? This is some
we know how it began.
Some people think that.
There's two options of how it began.
They're theories, though.
So yeah, you're right. They're theories.
And I'm not
know the exact reason or how the world began.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here not trying to like get people pissed off, but like there's the religious side of things where they say the God created light and light created life in general.
Yeah, he created the world.
Yeah, and then there's
7 days.
There's the Big Bang theory where atoms collided and then a bunch of carbon came together.
Big Bang.
Yeah, so there's
the
like
world.
There's always like that, or there's also a third one where there's a simulation theory. You know what I mean?
Right. There is that third one.
So there's that where like things could be like man-made and we could all just be in a simulation that's being ran 10 billion different times kind of thing.
So freaky thought.
It is. And I saw something the other day. Actually, let's give me your answer though. You didn't really like answer my question.
Okay. So know how it begins or know how it ends?
How it ends would be scary kind of thing.
Do we know when it ends as well?
Yeah, I guess so. How it ends, when it ends, whatever.
Because I guess even if you choose that, like you couldn't tell people, they'd be like, "You're ridiculous."
I feel like knowing how the world ends would be kind of scary. It's kind of like knowing how your death is or whatever it is. Remember we did that "Would you rather" question?
I know.
So it could be a little.
Well, didn't I choose the part of knowing how I die?
I think you said you chose the date.
Yeah, knowing the date.
You chose when, not how.
Oh. Well, I probably wouldn't be alive when the world ends anyway.
Well, I'm not saying we will be.
You never know.
Yeah.
I'm stumped.
It's a hard one. Like, I totally agree with you. It's like, I don't know.
I think I would like to know how it ends.
How it ends.
Just because you think about it, like, obviously we're a rock floating in space, right?
Mm-hmm. Going a million miles an hour.
Would we end? There's obviously theories that eventually all these different things could happen.
Yeah.
And you never know how far down the line it could be. It could show how advanced the future gets, depending on how it ends. For some reason in my mind, I'm picturing like the Transformers ending the world.
Where like the robots came and everything.
Yeah.
Like, no, like that's not like a crazy thought in my opinion, because, like aliens, or
that is true. There's a lot more talk about aliens recently.
And also, I feel like the way the world ends is humans doing it. You know what I mean? Whether
so?
through like nuclear war or,
well, there's also the iRobot possibility.
Yeah, robots enslave us or kill us off, and that's always a thing. Or there's always what's the I Am Legend with Will Smith, where everybody turns into zombies and everything.
Although I probably would be very scared if it was something of any of those options.
Yeah, I'm not saying World War would be fun
right.
in any way, shape, or form, but I don't know. That's always been my thought process. Is just like, I feel like humans, because you gotta think, we're taking all the nutrients from the earth. Mm-hmm. We're basically a parasite.
You're right. That's true.
Because we're digging up all the minerals to use for stuff. We're eating all the food, killing animals and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. And the world has also like done, there's been multiple phases where there's been like global heating, there's been global cooling, where there's like an ice age around the whole world, or the whole world
that is true.
Hot, in past times.
And also, I'm also thinking of the 100.
Oh yeah,
like that show. Like it could happen.
Well, here's another thing that's like kind of creepy to think about. Like, how you were talking about we're like a rock floating in space, and like we don't get hit by other asteroids and shit.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of creepy to think about? You know what I mean? Like a big ass rock that's floating through the space.
Well,
could just like, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Some of them hit us.
Yeah, but
They're not big enough.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what if another Earth hit Earth? That'd be freaking crazy.
Yeah.
We would none of us would
what would happen.
We wouldn't exist.
Well, I wonder, like, if you're on the complete opposite side of where it hits. Obviously, it would go through the Earth. Like, there'd be reverberations and all that.
Yeah, or like our whole planet, depending on what that planet's made of, would explode.
That's true.
And
it could just explode.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because you gotta think, we're literally the perfect distance away from the sun for us to not catch on fire and burn, like Mars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then we're also, like I said, perfect distance to not be too far away from the sun to absolutely freeze, like other planets. Like, Pluto and all that stuff, or I guess Pluto's not a planet anymore, or whatever.
And we have a gravitational pull, and
that keeps our moon with us. And the moon is what like keeps our like
and it's a rock.
It is a rock. It like the moon is like there's the thing that keeps our tides and everything moving, and like seasons and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, man. It's kind of weird.
So what would you choose?
I would like to know how the world started.
Yeah.
Personally, I think it'd be interesting.
Get the final answer.
Well, yeah, because as a lot of people know on here, I'm not personally religious myself, so that thought process for me is not the way I look at things, how it works or whatever. And then, the Big Bang Theory, obviously I'm not going to sit here and say it's wrong. I can't, I'm not a scientist in any way, shape, or form. But it's interesting to think that, literally just a bunch of carbon came together from an explosion that happened billions of years ago, and then everything came together, and now it's the Earth and all this kind of stuff. It's kind of crazy to think about.
It is crazy to think about. And how we're the only, well, not anymore, I guess, we're the only planet with a atmosphere and water and livable conditions.
Yeah, it's just like things are just so perfect. You know what I mean? That's the thing that's kind of weird about it. So
yeah,
and like I said, you never know. There could be, and I just would be interested to see, like what it is,
true.
and see how everything came together and blah 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 blah.
With that, I guess we've been talking about some conspiracy, the multiple worlds thing. I wonder if that would reveal that as well.
What do you mean the multiple worlds?
Like, you're talking about Earth being created. Like, would it be created the same amongst all of them, or do you think?
Are you talking about if it happened again, would it be the same as what our Earth is like? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm just, alternate universes.
Oh, okay. I was just clarifying. Yeah. That's all it is. No, I mean, I feel like that's the thing with the simulation theory, where they talk about it, how there's multiple renditions of our lifestyles and everything like that. And, like some people think about, like, there's some people who feel like they've lived other lives and everything as well. So that's kind of weird to think about. I feel that too. I've thought that because, like, don't you ever have dreams and you're you're like, was that real? Like, was that like a past thing? You know what I mean?
Well, I feel like I've heard where, like, if you have a recurring dream or something, it could mean it was something that happened in a past life or, something that could happen in the future. But I believe that.
Yeah, I don't know. Or like you have false memories from when you were a kid. You're like, I swear that happened. And your mom's like,
yep. I've had that conversation with my mom before.
Yeah, she's looking at you like, what? Yeah. Like that? No.
She's like, no, you didn't.
Yeah, it's just like weird shit like that. I don't know. Life's a weird fucking thing. It really is.
It really is. There's so many questions.
Yeah, I guess that's the burning question in everybody's thought process.
It is true.
But to switch off from the stoner thoughts and everything, the crazy thoughts.
Crazy thoughts.
I think we're going to move over into our top 3 segment.
Yeah. Get a little Christmassy.
Yes. Get into the Christmas spirit.
If you can hear my jingles, I have Jingle Bell elf slippers.
Yes.
And you can see me.
We got our Christmas hats on. We got everything. We like to decorate. Now that this is our first time Christmas year where or Christmas time of year, we've had a set. This is our first actual YouTube Christmas video. So, I think it's pretty cool.
I agree.
So our top 3 this week, we're trying to think about it. We do think about these top 3 questions because we're always trying to find other things and things that we think could be interesting. We like to do
so many things.
We like to do foods. So we did a food one, this one, and we're not doing cookies.
It's not necessarily food. It's the pairing for food.
But liquids are food.
It's a beverage,
which is I think is still food.
Okay.
But you know what I mean? But we're doing top 3 Christmas beverages this week.
Yes.
So would you want me to go first this one? I think I got some good ones.
If you want to, mine aren't great. I kind of struggled with this one.
I think
a little bit.
I think I got a good one for us.
I already know one of yours.
I don't think you do.
Oh.
I don't think you do.
You gotta find it over there.
I have my notes. All right. So my top 3 Christmas beverages. Starting off with number 3. It's a classic. You either love it or you hate it, and it's gonna be eggnog. Eggnog hits. I like it personally. I think it's dank, especially you add a little whiskey into it. Chef's kiss.
Yeah, I was about to say Hot Topic. I don't like it.
I know. It's one of those things where you either really like it or you don't. And I'm a big fan of eggnog. And whenever I was younger, they used to sell peppermint eggnog at Target. I don't know where the fucking went or where that company went. It probably just has a bunch of shit that's not good for you in it. But that stuff was dank.
They make so many different flavors nowadays anyways.
Yes. And then number 2. This is more of my family tradition, and now that I've been old enough to drink now for a little while, is going to be mimosas. I don't drink mimosas really any other time of year, to be 100% honest with you. I don't dislike them, but just like Christmas morning, we always go to my mom's house first and go get Christmas and do our thing over there, and we're always drinking mimosas. They always hit. It's a holiday tradition that I've always remembered since I was young, and still one of my favorite things to have on Christmas morning is a good mimosa. And then number 1. I don't know if people know, I love peppermint. Peppermint is my shit. I love peppermint candy, my Zins. I'm sure you guys see me popping Zins all the time. They're peppermint, all that kind of stuff. And this time of year, only one company makes the best one, and it's going to be Chick-fil-A's peppermint milkshake.
Ooh.
That shit rips. I love that.
Do.
That is one of my favorite things. Every time around this time of year, I always go get the peppermint milkshakes from Chick-fil-A. They only have one size now. You can't get a large anymore. What the fuck are we doing here, fam? Give me a goddamn gallon jug of that shit, and I will smash it. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I still remember the first time we went, and it was just now Christmas season, and it had just come out, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's finally out. You immediately got it.
Yes.
You love your peppermint. He loves his Chick-fil-A peppermint milkshakes.
I do. I love it. Peppermint milkshakes all day. Peppermint anything. If you guys ever see me in public, I love peppermint shit. Give me that. I'm down. I'm down.
That didn't cross my mind.
What'd you think I was going to say? Hot chocolate?
No, because I didn't think you...
I like hot chocolate, but that wasn't going to be my top 3.
Yeah, exactly. So...
What was the one you thought I was going to say?
I didn't know.
Oh, I thought you said
I thought it was going to be eggnog.
Yeah, eggnog's number 3.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be your number 1.
Do you have any similar ones?
We do, actually.
Oh, go ahead.
So starting with my number 3, like I said, I struggled with this. So I put the sherbet punch that my mom makes.
That was about to be my number 2.
Yeah.
And I thought my mimosas hit a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. So my mom makes this sherbet punch. Obviously, you get the multicolored sherbet. You get fruit punch and
Sprite,
cherry 7-Up.
Is that what it is? Is it a 7-Up? Okay.
And maybe something else?
I don't think so. I think that's pretty much about it.
That's pretty much it, but it slaps.
It does. It's super good.
Now, we had a same number 2. I chose mimosas. I thought exactly the same condition. We go to your mom's. And specifically, though, for Christmas time, cranberry mimosas.
Yeah.
It's
cranberry.
not the orange juice we do.
It's the red
It's
ones.
always red.
Yep.
So that was my number 2. And then my number 1 was hot chocolate. I love hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate is good. No, it is.
Because this cold weather warms you up.
It's good stuff. Mm-hmm. And then around this time of year, we also get my mom always gets us fancy hot chocolate. And so it's literally like chocolate shaved chocolate pieces. And you actually melt it in milk and it's like thick and everything. Oh, it's so fucking good.
And every so often we've gotten the hot chocolate balls where you put it in like warm milk or something and it melts down. It has like marshmallows and stuff inside of it.
The chocolate bombs. Those things are dank. Those things are really good.
Yeah. I love hot chocolate.
I do too. Like I said, I like hot chocolate a lot. It's just, I don't know. That I felt like my top 3 was pretty strong.
Yeah. Did you have any honorable mentions?
I mean, hot chocolate was going to be an honorable mention. And then I do like cider. Like they do hot ciders and stuff. But it's very rare that I ever see anybody ever making that kind of stuff anymore.
That's more around Halloween, I would think. We used to do cider for Halloween.
Christmas is always a cider thing, and from what I've seen, but like I said, it's very rare nowadays.
Yeah.
I can't tell you I've seen someone like make a cider for Christmas or anything like that.
Tell us what your guys' favorite holiday drink is. If it's hot chocolate or eggnog, whatever.
Peppermint milkshakes.
Peppermint milkshakes
Always fucking hit. Those things are so freaking good. I love this stuff. And then I did want to ask you, what is your favorite Christmas gift that you have ever received?
I feel like you've already asked me this.
Well, I'm going to ask you again.
So, a lot of gifts run through my mind when you ask this because I get a ton of good gifts and things that I use all the time. And I'm going to stick to my same answer that I gave last time. And it's going to surprise everyone. My squatty potty.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
If you have a squatty potty, you know that it's just awesome.
Do tell.
I mean, it's helpful.
Helps things move.
It helps things move. So you get in the right position for things. I literally have seen it. Go watch the unicorn commercial of how they advertise it. It's great.
I don't think I've seen the unicorn commercial.
I'm pretty sure I've showed it to you.
You may have.
I literally did a report whenever I was in my speech class. We got like a 4-person speech we had to do, and we chose to do it on a squatty potty.
Interesting.
Yeah. And that was before I ever had one because you got me my squatty potty.
Did I get you that?
Yes. It was like our 2nd or 3rd Christmas.
We've been together so fucking long. I forget what all I get you nowadays.
I mean, yeah, this is going on Christmas number 9, I think.
And I'm having a hard time, y'all. It's hard finding shit for people that you've been with for a long time. I'm like, what do you want? And you're like,
And that's also why I have such a hard time. And there's so many things that run through my mind. So, what is yours?
A couple run through my mind. I'm trying to think.
There's so many to choose from.
Yeah.
Because it's not just from each other. There's all the family.
Well, I'm more thinking about when I was a kid is more what I'm thinking about.
Oh, okay.
One of my favorite gifts from you is my video game chair, my gaming chair. I was super hype about that.
I still have a picture of you just hugging the box.
I remember that. That was in our old apartment. And then from my dad, he got me a little like motorcycle. It was like a gas-powered motorcycle.
I think that's what you said last time.
The red one. That thing was fucking lit. I was super excited about that.
Because you took the speed limit off.
Yeah, there's like a little screw that like holds back the throttle and how fast you can go. I YouTubed that and I took that shit off. My one from my mom, I think it was my first cell phone. That was probably my first, my favorite thing. Because I remember she set it up where I was like opening up gifts and stuff, and then they played the ringtone on it. This is back in the day when, like, you
set certain
ringtones and all this stuff, and they called it, and I remember walking, and it was the theme song, or the theme music for the ringtone was frogs. My mom loves frogs. And it was literally like frogs going off, like ribbit, 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 and they had me go look for it, and I like picked it up, and it was my phone. And it wasn't an iPhone or a smartphone. This is back in the day when we're fucking old now, where like it was one of those. It was a Verizon branded phone, and it had like numbers on the front of it, and then you flip it up, and then it had a full on keyboard. And I went over my text message limit within a week.
Well, I mean, they should have known. And first phone for yourself, you're gonna have all the people to text.
Yeah, well, like friends and stuff. Everybody's getting their phones. This is like middle school time. I think it was like 6th or 7th grade.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Whenever I was a kid, what my favorite gift was. My mom always did such a good job at getting us awesome stuff.
Oh, my family did too. Everybody always got me cool stuff, 100%. Like, I used to love everything I would get, but I'm just trying to think, like, like those big moments where you're like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, that was super cool, you know what I mean?
Well, I've told how my mom used to do like scavenger hunts.
You did,
so like there was one year the big gift, like it was all clues leading up that we were going to a Hannah Montana and Jonas Brothers concert.
Yeah.
So that was always... That's something that sticks out in my memory.
Yeah, and that was the same one where you got interviewed on the news, right?
Yeah. I was wearing my Hannah Montana wig and everything. It was at the concert, and they're like, oh, and I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, because it was Hannah Montana and Jonas Brothers, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Jonas Brothers.
No, that's freaking cool. That'd be cool to get interviewed on the news.
Yeah, and I think I remember like calling my family members, and my grandpa was like, hey, you guys have to turn on the news, this channel, like... Mm-hmm.
No, it's really cool. I mean, that's cool.
My 5 minutes of fame wearing a Hannah Montana wig.
Now you're on the Who Are You?
Now I'm on the Who Are You?
You're doing your thing.
Yes. I was born to be on camera. I'm a star. And
I'm trying to think of like what else. Like, like I got all kinds of cool stuff growing up. I remember, what were these freaking things called? If you guys were born in the early 2000s, you guys, or like 90s or 2000s, you would know. What was that fucking...
What is it? What does it do?
It was a white and black robot.
Oh, man.
Toys.
I never had one.
And then they had like a dinosaur one, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Robo Sapien. The Robo Sapiens, people. If you guys remember this, let me know. Did you remember these guys?
I remember seeing them. I said, I never had one.
You could control them. They would like walk around, and you could also do like voice commands with them.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That was freaking sweet. Yeah, there's the Robo Sapien, and there was like the Dino Sapien or something like that.
Yeah, because there was a dinosaur.
Dino Sapien. That shit was so fucking cool when I was a kid. Oh my god.
No, I never had one, so I can't share in your excitement. If anyone else had one, please hype it up as much as he is.
That shit was lit when I was a kid.
Now I kind of want to go get one. But
well, like, it was really ahead of its time. That was the thing that was so freaking...
You are right.
That was the thing that was so freaking cool about it. Like, it would literally just walk around the house. You could tell it to do whatever you wanted to do.
That is true. And now we have all these other robots. But you're right. It was early on. Yeah, the dinosaur. I remember.
Yeah.
Is that shooting something off its back?
Yeah, it shot little like suction cup things.
Oh, now we need to buy one. Because like I said, I never had one. So
they're only $63 now.
That's not bad.
We can run Copper around the house. I'm sure he'd love. I'm sure he'd absolutely love that.
He would have it broke within like an hour.
It was like, I'm trying to, like just stuff like that. There were so many like kind of cool, and I feel like toys were a lot more interactive, but also more like, I don't know. They didn't have all the laws and rules that they have now. You know what I mean? Like
the paints and the metals. And
you would get all kinds of different shit where you get like sharp tools. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, lots of sharp objects.
Or do you remember Floam?
Floam?
You don't remember Floam or Foam?
I think is it like all the little dots?
It's the little dots like putty.
Yeah, I remember that because it felt like styrofoam and like. But it was all I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then there's that like magnetic sand.
And people would eat it and they'd get sick because they were idiots. Yeah. Like the Floam.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I can still hear it. When you touch it.
Well, do you remember commercials when we were kids?
Yeah.
Like the toy commercials and everything?
I was so hyped. All those toys. Oh, man. the memories of childhood for us are great.
Oh, this brings me back.
It's like
OG Floam.
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember that.
That shit was literally toxic as fuck.
Yes, it was.
Oh my God. Here. Does this show the commercial?
You're going to have to put a picture side by side in the interview.
And transforms almost anything? Foam is fun you can feel. Roll it, mold it, or cover it. That's the way you foam it. Look, now you can turn anything into a fabulous foam creation.
You remember you can put it on shit?
Fossil into a fierce foam T-Rex.
Oh my
Turn this
gosh.
ordinary toy car into a foaming fast dragster. Or change this plain...
Oh,
Yeah,
the commercials from back in the day were so
And that's how
freaking
all
lit.
commercials were.
They were so freaking lit back in the day. God, that
They
shit used to be so
were.
freaking cool.
You remember like Kids Bop?
Yeah.
And, oh my gosh.
Kids Bop. I'm trying to think like just the
Memory lane here.
Yeah, the early commercials were just wild. I'm trying to think of like what else there was. Nerf guns, all that stuff. Like
And they're still popular.
They
I mean,
still
Nerf
are.
is just like a crazy.
but they're automatic and shit now. Like back in the
That is
day,
true.
these you would have to go pick up the bullets and like they were just like the little darts. You have to like
That is
refill them.
true. That is true.
I have a funny Christmas story since we're talking about Nerf guns. I remember Christmas Day, I got this huge Nerf gun. It was a really, really big one. It was like a rocket launcher, and it was just air powered, and it would shoot like a big old foam rocket about this big. And I was also into like collecting pocket knives when I was younger too. I had like a whole like pocket knife like phase. I don't know why.
You did.
And I got one for Christmas that year, and I got that gun. And I remember I was sitting there in my room, and it was at my mom's house. And I'm sitting in my room, and I basically get down like a military pose. I'm sitting here looking down the hallway, and basically from my room, there's a bathroom on the right, and then at the end of the hallway, there's another room. But if you right before you get to the room at the end of the hallway, you take a left, it takes you into the living room.
Yep.
And I remember I was like, "Hey Todd, come here," and I was looking down it, and I freaking shot the rocket at him. It hit him dead in the chest. He got scared because he wasn't like ready for it to be coming at him. He like falls back, rips his flip flop, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
Oh,
It was-
yeah.
it was
I've
so
heard
fun.
this story.
That shit was so funny. I'll never forget that day. That was some funny shit.
Me being a girl, I didn't have those experiences because we would get Barbies and things like that. But that sounds so fun.
But you were like tomboyish though.
I was,
you know?
yeah. Yeah, we played outside a lot.
Yeah, well, our generation did. That's what we did.
That is true.
You know what I mean? We were kids just running around the neighborhood and doing shit.
Man, it's so difficult to think all those years ago. I feel so old.
I know, fam. It's crazy. Like just thinking about like I'm trying to think of like other stuff that like I got over the years. It's just 25 years of Christmas just gone by.
There's so much. And honestly, now that we've been adults for however long, we've been getting adult things like pots and pans and
Well, it's
things
the
we need.
It's the thing that's funny is like it's stuff that we get excited about now.
I
Like, you know, I get
know.
excited for clothes. I remember when I was a kid and I'd get clothes. I'm like, I don't want clothes. I want
more clothes.
I want toys, you know, I want stuff
Yeah.
I can play with and go do and go run around and, you know, terrorize the neighborhood with.
Yeah, and meanwhile I'm here. I'll take my puzzles, please.
Yeah, shit. I get happy with socks and stuff and underwear because I've run through all that crap with whether it's my job.
Definitely.
You know, it's the struggle out here, you know? I wish they would make more like, but adult toys are expensive. You know what I mean? Like cars.
Yeah, exactly.
Houses and shit.
Golfing
Yeah,
stuff.
golf
it's all
crap's
expensive.
expensive, and now like we have friends and stuff too, so we're always like trying to figure out what we want to get everybody.
Yeah, because we need to be nice and obviously get everyone gifts.
I don't think it's like even a nice thing. I just enjoy doing it. I love giving
Yeah.
my friends stuff for Christmas. It's just I don't know. I just think it's something cool that we
That is true.
you
And
know.
we're very blessed where we can.
Yeah, I say we're lucky where we can.
And then we also have obviously like all these Christmas parties that we go to, getting white elephant gifts, playing those games. It's all fun.
It is all fun. We got all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
But I think it's going to be a fun Christmas year. We're excited for the new year. It's crazy to think that 2025 is coming up on us now. You know,
That is very true.
we've
It's
been doing
crazy.
this pod since what, March of 23, 22, somewhere around there.
I think it was 22.
Yeah, I think it was 22 as well.
Yeah.
So is it 22?
I'm pretty sure because we got engaged in July of 23?
Something like that. And we got married in October of 24.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
I'm right, of course.
I don't know about that, but maybe you're right.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, but it is going to be New Year's coming up. It's crazy. It's going to be awesome.
New year, new me. Psych, motherfuckers. Same me. Still me. Same me.
Yes, same us. but
we won't change. We'll still be us.
we'll add new things to the pod. But.
Yeah, add new things to the podcast, and sooner or later there'll probably be a baby crying in the background. You guys will get used to that.
One day.
Not right now. Not announcing anything.
Yeah,
Nothing.
Haley Snapchatted me today and asked if I was pregnant. I was like, excuse me?
Why'd she ask you that?
She was talking about back at her wedding when I didn't feel good because I had a headache. And I was like, what?
Unless you're hiding something from me, I'm not aware of it.
Nope, I am not pregnant. Here
you
we
were
are,
drinking that night.
Yeah, I was drinking too.
We were all drinking that
night. Oh my goodness, yeah. She did say that.
I hope you're not. That'd be kind of wild.
I was like, why, are you pregnant? She's like, no, not yet, unfortunately. She cannot wait to be a mother.
I would say there's her, and then Jillian had her baby. Shout out Jillian.
Jillian had her baby.
Yeah.
Little boy.
Little Kai.
So cute.
Talking about now we're old. We're really old. Friends are having children. We're creating spawns.
Yeah, we are. I can't wait to meet her baby.
Little Kai.
We got to take a trip in a few months.
The little homie. Say what's up.
Yes.
Let's say it'll be a crazy thing, but I think
one day
I think 2025 will be filled with good stuff. You know, we're growing, learning, doing our thing, and we hope everybody's doing the same thing. And hope you guys are having a good holiday season. We know it could be hard for some people, but invite a friend in, bring someone in. If there's a coworker that you see at home who maybe has family that's up north and can't make it to their family, man, invite someone in. It's always good to
some holiday cheer.
Yeah, bring someone in, give them a hot meal, let them come hang out with you. Invite them into your family. It's always good. You never know who's struggling this time of year, so get out there, go show some Christmas spirit, and get out there. I don't know what else to say with that.
I mean, this holiday time, everyone, I feel like everyone just becomes nicer to one another. It's a happier time.
I agree.
For a lot of people. I know we said, like, obviously these are hard times for a lot of people as well.
No, of course.
But, like, as far as people treating each other with kindness, it's a lot. I feel like it's felt a lot more during this season.
I agree. It's the time of year where, like, there's something in the air. You, like, feel like an energy going around. Like, everybody's a little bit happier going around saying what's up and stuff. So
I just think of the Hallmark movies.
I don't know about that, but somewhat preppy.
I know it's not like that, but I don't know. The bliss.
I love
everything.
Like I said, to this day, Christmas will always be my favorite holiday. I'll never, like I said, never not celebrate Christmas. It's something I look forward to every year. My pocketbook doesn't look forward to it, but I still do every single year.
We make it.
We make it work.
We make it work.
But is there anything else you want to let everybody know?
I don't think so. I hope everyone is safe this holiday season, has a great Christmas and New Year's. I'm sure we'll do a New Year's podcast, once we hit the new year, but I think it's going to be a good new coming 2025 year.
I agree. I think it's going to be a new year, or a great new year and everything. We may be taking a break the week of Christmas. We may have to give all of our guests some time to, recuperate and get back from the holidays and stuff. So there may be an episode the week of Christmas. There may not be. So we'll see what's going on, but we'll definitely be putting this one out next week. But guys, like I said, make sure you're nice to people. You never know who's going through some stuff this time of year. Go show some love. Get people in there. If you, like I said, see a coworker, a friend, an acquaintance, and you feel like they may not be able to go see family members, go do their thing, invite them into your house, man. It's something small, and it may make their day as well. But make sure you guys get excited for the new year. Make sure you guys, hug your loved ones. We hope everybody has a amazing Christmas, whatever you guys celebrate, amazing holiday just in general. Get out there, have some good times, and also make sure you guys plan for a good new year, 2025. We're going to go in there. We're going to kick ass. We're all going to, get some more money in the pocket. We're going to keep on growing, move on to bigger things in our lives. But as we say every single week, y'all, actually, before we get out of here, excuse me, I was about to close up here. You guys know where to follow us now. It's going to be at Who Are You Pod on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all the normal spots. Also, make sure you guys check us out on YouTube. It's going to be at Who Are You podcast on YouTube. Make sure you guys check us out on there for all of our video interviews. We're also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the normal spots, all the big platforms. So make sure you guys give us a like, subscribe, comment, leave us some comments from the questions, the would you rathers that we did this week, and also let us know which top 3 you like the most, or if we missed something on there, put that in the comment as well. We're always happy to see what other people are doing around here. And finally, if you feel like you'd be a good fit for the show, let me know. Hit me up in the DMs, shoot me an email, and if we feel like you guys would be a good fit, maybe we'll have you guys on a future episode. But thank you guys so much again for checking us out. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and
Merry Christmas.
we hope everybody has a safe and happy holidays, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.